Welcome back to the Complete Guide to Healthy Aging. I'm so glad you're here for episode 2. If you haven't watched episode 1 yet, I highly recommend going back and checking it out. We covered everything you need to know about nutrition and bone health. Today, we're tackling one of the most important topics for anyone over 60, heart health. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death worldwide, and the risk increases significantly as we age. But here's what most people don't realize. The majority of heart disease cases are largely preventable through lifestyle changes. So let's get into it. Before we dive into the details, I want you to know something important. Your heart is an incredibly resilient organ. It beats about 100,000 times every single day without you even thinking about it. And just like any muscle, the heart responds powerfully to the care you give it. The choices you make today, what you eat, how much you move, how well you sleep, and how you manage stress, all have a direct and measurable impact on your heart health. It's never too late to start making positive changes. Studies show that even people in their 70s and 80s who adopt healthier habits significantly reduce their risk of heart attack and stroke. Your heart is worth fighting for. Let's start with understanding what actually happens to your heart as you age. After 60, the heart walls naturally thicken slightly, making the heart a little stiffer and less flexible. The arteries also tend to become less elastic over time, a process called arteriosclerosis, which means the heart has to work harder to pump blood through the body. Blood pressure tends to rise because of this increased resistance in the arteries. The valves inside the heart may also become thicker and less efficient, which can affect blood flow. These are normal age-related changes, but they don't have to become serious problems. With the right lifestyle, you can significantly slow down every single one of these processes. There are 3 main risk factors for heart disease that every senior needs to monitor closely: blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. High blood pressure, also called hypertension, is often called the silent killer because it causes no symptoms but steadily damages your arteries and heart over time. High LDL cholesterol causes plaque to build up inside your arteries, narrowing them and restricting blood flow. And high blood sugar, especially in people with type 2 diabetes, dramatically increases the risk of heart disease. The good news is that all 3 of these risk factors respond remarkably well to diet and lifestyle changes. Knowing your numbers is the first step, so if you haven't had a checkup recently, please make that appointment today. Let's talk about the best foods for a healthy heart, starting with healthy fats. For decades, fat was wrongly blamed for heart disease. But we now know that the type of fat matters enormously. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, are among the most powerful natural protectors of heart health. They reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, decrease the risk of abnormal heart rhythms, and help keep arteries flexible. Olive oil is another heart hero. It's rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that reduce LDL cholesterol and protect artery walls. Avocados and walnuts are also excellent sources of heart-healthy fats. Try to include at least one of these in every meal. Fruits and vegetables are the foundation of any heart-healthy diet, and the more colorful, the better. Deep red and purple foods like blueberries, pomegranates, and red grapes are rich in antioxidants called flavonoids that protect artery walls from damage and reduce inflammation. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are loaded with vitamin K1, magnesium, and nitrates that help lower blood pressure naturally. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant linked to a significantly reduced risk of heart disease and stroke. Citrus fruits provide vitamin C and hesperidin, which strengthen blood vessel walls. Aim to fill at least half your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables at every single meal. This one habit alone can transform your heart health. Whole grains and legumes are 2 more groups of foods that your heart will absolutely love. Oats are particularly special. They contain a unique soluble fiber called beta-glucan that has been proven to lower LDL cholesterol by binding to it in the digestive system and preventing it from entering the bloodstream. Just 1 bowl of oatmeal a day can reduce your LDL cholesterol by up to 10% within just a few weeks. Beans, lentils, and chickpeas are rich in soluble fiber, plant protein, potassium, and magnesium, all of which work together to lower blood pressure and reduce cholesterol. Brown rice, whole wheat bread, and quinoa are far superior to their refined counterparts because they keep blood sugar stable and provide lasting energy without stressing the heart. Now let's talk about some powerful heart-protecting spices and flavoring ingredients that are easy to add to any meal. Garlic is one of the most well-researched heart-protective foods in existence. It contains allicin, a compound that lowers blood pressure, reduces LDL cholesterol, and prevents blood clots from forming. Raw. Garlic is most potent, but cooked garlic still offers significant benefits. Ginger has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and has been shown to reduce blood pressure and improve circulation. Turmeric contains curcumin, which reduces arterial inflammation, one of the key drivers of heart disease. And onions, like garlic, contain quercetin, a flavonoid that helps relax blood vessels and lower blood pressure. Use these generously in your everyday cooking. Now let's talk about the foods that are quietly damaging your heart every single day. Excess sodium is one of the biggest threats to heart health in older adults. It causes the body to retain water, which increases blood volume and forces the heart to work much harder. Most of the sodium in our diet doesn't come from the salt shaker. It comes from processed foods, canned soups, frozen meals, and restaurant food. Processed meats like sausage, bacon, and deli meats are particularly dangerous because they combine high sodium with saturated fat and preservatives called nitrates, all of which increase cardiovascular risk. Trans fats, found in many packaged snacks and fried foods, are perhaps the worst offenders. They simultaneously raise LDL cholesterol and lower HDL, the protective cholesterol. Refined carbohydrates and added sugars are another major threat to heart health that many people underestimate. White bread, white rice, sugary cereals, pastries, and soft drinks cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, which triggers inflammation and increases triglyceride levels in the blood. Over time, chronically high blood sugar damages the walls of your arteries, making them more vulnerable to plaque buildup. Added sugar is hidden in many foods you wouldn't expect: salad dressings, flavored yogurts, breakfast cereals, and even bread. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons of added sugar per day for women and 9 teaspoons for men. Reading food labels carefully and choosing whole, unprocessed foods as much as possible is the single most effective way to reduce your sugar intake. Beyond diet, there are several daily lifestyle habits that are absolutely essential for heart health. Physical activity is the most powerful one. Exercise strengthens the heart muscle, lowers blood pressure, raises HDL cholesterol, helps maintain a healthy weight, and reduces stress, all at the same time. You don't need intense exercise to see benefits. Research shows that just 30 minutes of moderate activity, like brisk walking, 5 days a week, reduces the risk of heart disease by up to 35%. If 30 minutes feels too much, start with 10 minutes and build up gradually. Even light activity like gardening, dancing, or gentle stretching is far better than sitting still. The key is consistency. A little every day is far more powerful than a lot once a week. Stress management is another critically important but often overlooked factor in heart health. When you experience stress, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, which raise your heart rate and blood pressure. Chronic stress keeps these hormones elevated for long periods, which causes ongoing damage to your arteries and increases the risk of heart attack. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, gentle yoga, and spending time in nature have all been scientifically proven to lower cortisol levels and reduce blood pressure. Even something as simple as listening to calming music for 30 minutes a day has been shown to meaningfully reduce blood pressure over time. Social connection is also deeply protective. People with strong relationships and active social lives have significantly lower rates of heart disease. Sleep is the third lifestyle pillar for heart health, and it's one that many seniors struggle with. During deep sleep, your heart rate and blood pressure naturally drop, giving your cardiovascular system a much-needed rest and recovery period. People who consistently sleep less than 6 hours per night have a significantly higher risk of high blood pressure, heart attack, and stroke. Poor sleep also increases cortisol levels, promotes inflammation, and disrupts the hormones that regulate appetite and blood sugar. To improve your sleep quality, try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, avoiding caffeine after 2 p.m., and limiting screen time in the hour before bed. Your heart does some of its most important repair work while you sleep. Let's recap everything we covered in today's episode. The 3 key risk factors to monitor are blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. Know your numbers and see your doctor regularly. The best foods for your heart are fatty fish, colorful fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes, olive oil, and heart-protective spices like garlic and turmeric. The foods to limit are processed meats, excess sodium, refined carbohydrates, added sugars, and trans fats. And the three most powerful lifestyle habits are regular moderate exercise, stress management, and quality sleep. You don't need to change everything at once. Pick just one thing from today's video and start there. One small step at a time is all it takes. Thank you so much for watching episode 2 of the Complete Guide to Healthy Aging. I truly hope this gave you practical, actionable information you can start using right away. In episode 3, we'll be covering sleep and rest, including why sleep becomes harder as we age, and the most effective natural strategies to get deep, restorative sleep every night. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone you care about. Drop a comment below. What was the most surprising thing you learned today? See you in episode 3.